Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about Patreon for a while and what I hope to achieve with the Patreon I've started and basically why I'm doing it and what I hope to achieve with it and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, I have a Patreon now because basically the reason is I'm going to university in like 19 days on the day of recording basically in university, it's often best to get like a part-time job because student finance doesn't give you all of the money you need for things. So yeah, I get most of the money and I'll be able to live with that money. So most people get a part-time job, and obviously I can get a part-time job, that's fine. There's lots of things for undergraduates to do. But yeah, sorry, my hair is all in my face. Maybe a stretch goal on the Patreon can be get my hair cut. No, I'm gonna get it cut tomorrow. But anyway, rambling now. Yeah, so I could get a part-time job like a normal person, but I feel like if I do that with university and a part-time job, it'll put YouTube too much on the back burner, and I really don't want that to happen because I love where YouTube is going and where my YouTube channel is going, and I love doing it all the time, and I love having like a pretty consistent schedule of, you know, upload pretty much every day or at least most days, and I want to be able to keep doing that. And I figure that this is kind of, at this point, the only sort of way that this can happen, because as the majority of you probably know, I do make money off the ads on my YouTube, and it's not an insignificant amount of money, it's just not a lot of money, and probably just not quite enough money to be enough, which is a bit of a shame. But that's fine, because Patreon. So yeah, the plan is that if I have that and a Patreon, if there's, you know, enough money on the Patreon, which wouldn't need to be a huge amount of money because I don't need a huge amount of extra money, and the reason I've been fine with the money I've had already from YouTube is so far I haven't, you know, I've been living at home. I've just had to occasionally buy booze and games and candy. But now, yeah, I'm going into self-catered halls, which means I have to buy my own food, and I will have to buy my own booze, obviously, and it's in London, so that's expensive. So basically, you're paying for me to get drunk. No, that's not true. It'll probably be, I think most of the money would probably be going back into, well, not most, I don't know, some of the money would be going back into YouTube, obviously, buying the games and hardware and things. So I think it'll just be, basically the best way to keep the channel going in its current format. So yeah, basically next thing I'm going to talk about is all the things you can get on Patreon if you give me money. And I'd just like to preface this by saying it's not going to be like paying for content. That's never going to happen. I'm not selling my content. All my content will still be free. Okay, as a quick aside, sorry I'm cutting into the video, I just realized I didn't actually mention just some of the basic things, like you can donate as little money per month as you want, or as much money, so like you don't have to spend loads of money, it's just like $1 or $1 billion if you're like Donald Trump. But yeah, so, and you can set like a limit if you're a Patreon to multiple Patreons, then you can just like set a monthly limit, so you're never gonna get like screwed over by it. I just thought I should throw this in here. Okay, back to me. But if you go to Patreon, there will be perks, like I guess obviously the first one for everything will just be like a thank you video, and then there's a bunch of milestones you can set. One of them should be cut my hair, but no, obviously not. I will do that anyway because I can't see for shit, which is why I keep doing this, and it's probably really annoying and destroying my sales pitch. But yeah, I guess okay, milestones. I haven't really thought of all the milestones, so if you leave some down in the description, I'll probably do them. But I thought of a few, like a Q&A type thing. I'm not sure if it would be like weekly, which I probably don't have enough subscribers for that. So maybe monthly, or maybe just a one-time thing, and it would be mainly the questions from patrons if there's enough, and if there's an if I just want more questions, I'll just go to the subscribers anyway. So, and then I'll put it up on Patreon first, and then I guess onto YouTube later. And yeah, there'll be stuff like that, and maybe I'll have a milestone where I'll actually play Spore, because yeah, yeah, I think that'll be, yeah, one of them will be play Spore, and I'll think of a bunch of other things, and I'll obviously do the thing that everybody does, the silly like $1 million a month milestone where I run for president. That'd be great. I could totally do that. I could be a president. Support my presidency. Oh, did I say it was for a gaming channel? I meant presidency. Anyway, so the other thing is, don't feel obligated to give money to me, because I'm sure a lot of you are in the same situation, or don't have money, and there's no need for you to give it to me. I'm sure there's at least some people who have some disposable income that they would be like, oh yeah, I'll throw you $1 a month or whatever, and that'll be great because that'll help me, you know, eat and drink and play video games and occasionally go to lectures maybe. So yeah, I mean that would be obviously great, but obviously don't feel obligated. And if I've seen when a lot of people do their Patreons, some people like start donating and after a while like, I'm sorry, I can't keep giving, and don't feel bad if you're like one of the people who's just like, oh, I'll just give you money a month, and then you're like, oh, I can't, that's also fine. And it will be monthly, obviously not videoly, because I upload like a lot of videos, so it would be really expensive. Yeah, I come at a premium cost. No, but anyway, I think I've covered all bases. I mean, it's just, I mean, a lot of YouTubers are doing this now, which I think has given me the confidence to be like, yeah, Patreon. And it is a bit of an awkward subject. I've had a billion false starts with this video, and I tried scripting it, but it didn't go very well. So, yeah, it's one of those things you don't really want to do unless you kind of have to. And this has kind of been a little awkward for me, being like, hey, I've got to justify you giving me money. But yeah, I think this has gone well. So there will be the link in the description, and you can go there and look at the milestones and things, and yeah, it'll be great. Thank you so much for just watching, and if you do donate, thank you very much for just, you know, having that level of commitment to my content. Not that if you can't, you don't have. Basically, I love you either way, but it would be great if you did. I'll see you at Patreon.